Awakening with Kendra. Awakening with me. Awakening with Kendra. Come and heal with me. Yeah. Come and heal with me.
Peace and love, peace and love. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Feels so good. Just like last week. I'm still feeling good. I'm still riding a high because I am choosing to, no matter what is happening around me, I am choosing to change my perspective, like we talked about last week. But before we dive into this episode, which is, if you know, you know, if you've been listening to this podcast from its beginning, from its infancy until now, you know that this is one of my favorite episodes. Before we get into it, how are you today? How are you today? Have you checked in with yourself today? Have you loved on yourself today? Have you told yourself you loved yourself today? How are you? Where are you? Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. If you're in a good place to continue this conversation, let's go. Let's keep locking in, kicking it, talking our shit, and healing, okay? And if not, it's okay. Press pause, check in with yourself. If you are ready to return right after the check in, okay, that's fine. If not, no pressure. No pressure. We will just see you when you come back. Love is here, and it's always here. How am I today? I am thankful. I am riding in a space where I could easily be messed up by life and all of new things that are different and uncomfortable, but I'm choosing not to. I'm choosing to change my perspective and to see what is happening as a result of these things and not why is this happening to me. All things are happening for a reason, to grow you, to stretch you, but not to break you. Nothing is designed to break you. You only break when you allow your mind to stay in the loop, in the cycle of the chaos, of the problem, of the uncomfortable space. Not I. I am choosing to change my perspective. And even if the world is falling down around me, I am going to float and flow and just be happy because that's what I choose. And so here we are. My favorite, all of my episodes are amazing, but this specific episode is always near and dear to my heart. Books and hooks. And for those of you just joining, you've never listened to a Books and Hooks episode, I am a lover of words. I love books. I love reading. I love music. I love music. It doesn't matter what genre of music it is, whether they have words or they don't. I love music and I love to read. And I figured let's add a segment in this podcast space where I can talk to you about some books that I'm interested in, books that I've read. Not all of them are self help books, some of them are. But the goal is to just, you know, tickle your fancy with some new music and some new books. So here we are, Books and Hooks. And because I'm on this space of changing perspective and learning, what I'm needing right now from my own body based off of me having PCOS and, you know, growing up, growing flourishing and age and all of those things, it's got to keep taking care of my body, listening in and making sure that I'm tapped in. So, last after last episode, I really just been sitting with everything I shared. It's one thing to say things out loud in the moment, and it's another thing to actually after, live with them after. Finding out I have PCOS, going through EMDR, slowing down more, trying to reconnect with myself, it's all been making me think a lot about my relationship with my body. And honestly, I think I used to move through life in a way where I didn't really check in with myself as much as I probably should have. Definitely preached about it and didn't take in my own words, but not in a dramatic way of not checking in with myself and all of that, just in a constant keep going kind of way. Like rest had to be earned, like slowing down meant something was wrong and pushing through was just normal. And I know I'm not the only one who lived like that. Women, men, mothers, and especially my melanated women and melanated brothers out there, have this we have this thing that's been instilled in us that we have to just keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, and our problems just build and they become our everyday life, a life ways of doing and thinking and being and all of those things. Because a lot of us are taught to survive first and understand ourselves later. And I've been learning that survival mode can make you really disconnected from your body without you even realizing it. You're not ignoring yourself on purpose. You're just trying to get through the day. But your body still talks to you in the middle of all of that. And I think I'm finally learning how to listen differently. Not perfectly, not all at once, just differently. And one thing that's really been helping me is perspective. Again, I'm going to keep talking that because it's something new that I'm into and I like it and I got to keep flowing in it. And I feel like it's a good thing to learn to change perspective. Because I used to look at things like my body or my energy or even my productivity and immediately judge it. Like, this is good or this is bad or I'm not doing enough. But now I'm trying to pause that and ask something else first. Like, what is my body actually telling me right now? Not as a big life question, just a moment to moment check in. Like I was saying in the last episode, sometimes I need rest. Sometimes we need water. Sometimes we need movement that's gentle instead of forced. Sometimes being still for a second is what we need, not the constant moving and shaking and trying to be. And I'm learning that all of that still counts. Even if it doesn't look like what I used to think taking care of myself was supposed to look like. And that's been a big shift for me. Even with working out, I used to attach a lot of pressure to what progress was supposed to look like. But now I'm realizing movement can look like a lot of different things depending on the season you're in. And my body is still being cared for either way. I used to think like with my creativity and my creating with the pod and with the music and just other writings and creative spaces that consistency meant showing up in big ways every time. But now I'm realizing sometimes consistency is just not abandoning yourself, myself, creatively. A little note here, voice note there, a moment you don't let pass you by. That is showing up for yourself and it counts. And I think that's been the biggest thing I've been learning lately. The growth, it doesn't always look like addition. Sometimes it looks like awareness. Sometimes it looks like softening. And sometimes it looks like just noticing yourself again. And I think that's where this season of my life is where it is right now. Learning how to not rush past myself. And I've also been thinking about how this connects to something deeper I've been working through in EMDR therapy, because I'm realizing how much of our experiences live in the body, even when we've mentally moved on from them, seemingly. Not everything is something we need to overanalyze, but a lot of the things are things we just need to feel more safely. And that's what I've been working on, just coming back into connection with myself slowly without pressure. And that leads into this month's books and hooks. Because I wanted to share something that's been sitting on my shelf for a while, something I haven't fully started yet. But even just knowing the concept inside of it has been shifting how I think about healing. And that is the book, The Body Keeps the Score. And I want to be clear, I haven't read all of it yet. I have picked it up and have gone through it here and there, but pairing that with the EMDR therapy, sometimes it can be a lot. So I'm just learning pace. But I have been learning about it, hearing people talk about it, and it's been really opening up my understanding of how trauma, stress, and emotional experiences can live in the body, especially while doing EMDR. It's been reinforcing something for me. Healing isn't just mental. Your body remembers things too. And I think that's something a lot of people don't always hear when they're trying to understand themselves. So, if you're someone like me who's been feeling disconnected from yourself or trying to understand why your body reacts the way it does sometimes, this might be something worth exploring. No pressure, just something to sit with. And for this month's hooks, the song I've really been sitting with is Sit Yourself Down by AJ McQueen featuring Londrell. And this song just feels like a pause, like a reminder to stop carrying everything at once, to sit down, to breathe, to come back into yourself without all the noise. And I think that is what we need in this space. And that's what I have been needing in this season. For me personally, learning how to slow down enough to actually hear myself again. Not perfectly, not all at once, just more honestly. So, when you have a moment, if you feel led to get the book. If you feel led to listen to the song, Sit Yourself Down by AJ McQueen featuring Londrell, please do. Also, from that song, I created a playlist on Spotify called Be Still, Be Clear, Be You under my name, Kendra, K with the number 3NDRA. Check out that playlist if you want. It has all the vibes where you can just come into alignment with yourself. And it's really for the times when everything around you gets too loud and you may need a reminder of who you are and how great you are and just coming back into self. So, yeah, we're back. And that is where I am in my flowing space, changing perspective, accepting what is, accepting what isn't, and not trying to force, giving myself grace, giving myself space, and still seeing that I am doing, even if it looks different. I am creating, I am moving, I am, and that is a great space to be. So for you, wherever that looks like, whatever that looks like for you in this time, in this space, see that for yourself. See that you are. Change your perspective. Whatever you're dealing with right now, nothing is more important than your mental health and what you choose to put into a thing. Because whatever energy you put into a thing is going to be manifested. So if you choose not to pour into negativity, pour into chaos with more chaos, you won't get chaos in return. That's just how the law of attraction, that's just how the universe works. So sit with that. I'm still learning, I'm still healing, I'm still becoming. And if you're in the space too, I hope this reminds you that you don't have to rush your way back to yourself. Take a breath, take a beat, take a breath, take a beat. Remember, I love you. I hope you are loving on yourself. Till next time, thank you for joining Awakening with Kendra. Peace and love.